Greetings! I present the Rekin Systems 3D production module. Simple trigger. Today I'll show you trigger interface which allows you with a single button to activate one or more functions available in the application. There are two types of triggers at our disposal, simple and advanced. The first type, simple, is used for showing content from a tray. That is video files from Media 1 or Media 2 trays. Or image files on the vision on the program screen. It also allows you to launch audio files from sound tray. I will show standard use of this function and then a way to activate it using a trigger. Our goal is to show a full-screen video from Media 1 tray on the air. We would have to do the following. Select a tray, select a tab, 2 for example. Load a file into the tray. Also select the file if Play Media after selection through double-click option is disabled. And afterwards select Media 1 on the main mixer and press play button very quickly. Exactly the same operations will be performed automatically when you press only one button having a trigger programmed. In menu we go to Options, then we choose Configuration. A window will appear with 10 F key buttons. We can set a simple trigger there. Let's choose F1 key. We select Simple Mode on the right side of the window. And then we choose Graphics Overlay from Options. Now we can decide in which tray a file we would like to show full screen is located, for example in Media 2 tray. We choose Container Page, tab number for the tray 2, for example. Now we select a file from the tray by pressing on icon with 3 dots. A window will appear with files available in the tray. If the window is empty, we can select a file from the disk. In this case, we double-click the left mouse button on an empty space. Let's choose a file from the disk. It will be automatically added to the tray. We can select several files. So we select a file that we want to show full screen, for example the first one, and we choose Select option. Now we choose Transition, which is a given trigger's transition time, for example 3 seconds. For now we won't select Loop option, that is play in a loop. We will leave it disabled. When a trigger is activated, its options are grayed out, which means the trigger is being executed. We can only use one trigger at a time. After its termination or deactivation, we can use other triggers. Let's move on to the module production. With C1 virtual camera option selected in the main mixer, we press F1 key as we have programmed this trigger. The button is available both on a physical PC keyboard and on a VK100 control panel. We see that the file has gone on the air to the program screen. Without a need for switching the main mixer, selecting a file and pressing play button. The file is played automatically, and when it's finished, it will go off the air. It means the trigger has terminated its operation. We can also set mark in and mark out markers for this video. We can activate the trigger again at any time. Then the file will start playing from mark in tag, finish with mark out and go off the air. Let's now enable loop function. We check Enable box for this trigger. Now, after pressing F1 key, the file will go on the air. It will start playing automatically. However, in this case, the trigger will not terminate automatically because the file's playback is looped. To stop this simple trigger, we have to press F1 key again. Then the transition will be executed and the trigger will be terminated. If there are two video files in a given tray and play all function is enabled, a sequence of files is played back. First the first file, then the second one. If at this point we activate F1 key trigger, then play all function will be disabled. This means that only a file programmed in the simple trigger will be played. An important feature is that a video started with a simple trigger will always have priority on the air. It will always be displayed before the currently presented image on the program screen. The content displayed by the simple trigger will always cover a current image on the vision. The only layer that is always displayed in front of every other image, including the simple trigger's image, is a DSK layer. If you enable DSK layer, it will appear before the simple trigger. Not only video files, but also graphic files can be shown on the vision in this way, with the help of a simple trigger. In menu we go to Options, then we choose Configuration. Let's program another simple trigger, F2 key. We select Still One Tray. Its container page, tab and select a graphic file. We can see that loop function is disabled and we cannot play an image file in a loop. Let's set transition value and activate F2 key. We see that due to graphic files aspect ratio, the image doesn't cover the entire studio's view. Such trigger will not stop automatically as graphic files cannot be played. To turn the simple trigger off, we have to press F2 key button again. In the same way, we can load sound files by selecting a sound tray. Thank you.
Wrecking. Keen on record.